Rangers failed to beat Celtic in 6 attempts last season but have free-scoring Alfredo Morelos in their side this season, meaning Saturday's Old Firm clash may be closer than many people think. Unibet have analysed the Opta stats ahead of Scotland's biggest clash. Rangers boast a W160D97L149 record against Celtic from their 408 previous Old Firm encounters since 1890. Rangers have the slight upper hand from 127 years of Old Firm matches against Celtic, although current form tends to swing through the decades. It was Celtic who took the majority of results in the early years of this classic matchup, but Rangers have had two big periods of dominance between the 1930s and 1960s and then again in the 1990s. In recent years, Celtic have been the most successful side as Rangers continue their fight back from financial meltdown. Rangers failed to win any of the 6 Old Firm encounters staged last season and are outsiders in the betting odds to do so on Saturday. Celtic to win is 45. Celtic's record against Rangers in the 201,617 campaign read W5D1. Celtic won 5 of their 6 matches with Rangers last season, the other being a 11 draw at Celtic Park back in March. The Hoops put 5 past their rivals on 2 occasions, both in the Premiership, but Rangers themselves got on the scoresheet in 4 of those 6 games. Indeed, of the 8 matches staged since Rangers' financial meltdown in 2012, Celtic have only managed 3 clean sheets. There may be a gulf in class on paper, but Rangers are always good for a goal against their Glasgow rivals. Kenny Miller is yet to score this season but managed 2 of Rangers' 4 goals against Celtic last term. Both teams to score is 35. Scott Sinclair and Moussa Dembele scored 9 of Celtic's 16 goals against Rangers last season. Celtic successfully kept hold of Scott Sinclair and Moussa Dembele this summer, much to manager Brendan Rodgers' delight. The duo were a revelation in the Scottish Premiership last term and have begun this campaign in equally fine form. Sinclair already boasts 8 goals across domestic and European action, while Dembele returned from a hamstring injury against Ross County last weekend to find the net on his first Premiership appearance of the season. Together with Lee Griffiths and Stuart Armstrong, this is a lethal attacking combination that is far too strong for the domestic opposition. Expect both Sinclair and Dembele to get on the scoresheet at Ibrox if this turns into a goalfest. Sinclair and Dembele both to score 363,100. Rangers are unbeaten in 5 games and have scored twice or more in each outing, including a 31 League Cup win over Partick Thistle after extra time. Rangers may not have the star-studded firepower of Celtic up front, but they are proving difficult to stop in front of goal. They have scored 12 goals in the last 4 outings, an average of 3 per match. That's good going for a team who were supposedly in crisis when they were surprisingly dumped out of Europe back in July. Rangers have scored first in 7 of their 8 matches since the domestic season started. The one time they didn't bag the opener was the 0-0 draw with Hearts in August, a match that saw them produce 12 goal attempts and win 13 corners. Rangers have the attacking threat to hurt Celtic this weekend and will look to get out of the blocks fast. The home crowd will demand nothing less. Rangers winning at halftime at 145. Alfredo Morelos is the Premiership's current top scorer with 6 goals, contributing to 46% of Rangers' tally this term. Rangers brought in a good number of players this summer and arguably their best signing was Morelos. The Colombian had already played half a season for Finnish side Helsinki before heading to Ibrox in July and has begun the domestic campaign in sharp form. His 6 league goals, and 2 in the League Cup, accompany the 9 scored for Helsinki since April. That is a strong tally for a 21-year-old forward who only arrived in Europe in February. Morelos' goals have directly contributed to 7 of Rangers' 11 league points this season, and he is a good shout to net on Saturday on his Old Firm debut. Morelos to score at 175.